Hello, good afternoon. My name is Lupita, and this is activity number one. The homework is about an observation guide. So I'm going to present you the observation guide that I did. I included some questions that I consider should be crucial in in an observation guide. Also, um, I included the questions based on my experience that I consider should be there because it's something that we can reflect if the teaching is taking place accordingly or if we are doing our best or at least what we are supposed to do every day. Okay, so first we have the information from the teacher, the observer, and the information of the group. And I have six sections here. I have the contextual setting, organization and clarity structure, teaching strategies, communication, that is the between the teacher and the students. And then we have classroom management, attention to students in the report, and that's it. So let's go to number one, which is the concept contextual setting. Everything so every time we use language, it has to be clearly set in a situation. So the speakers should know where they are, and what the language that they are using. I mean, what is the point of learning that kind of language? So they should distinguish if the language is real or is based on a on an activity that they find that is useful and meaningful. So I have questions such as if the teacher established clear learning goals, if the teacher linked the new subject matter with the prior knowledge, if he uses meaningful and real context rather than being treated as isolated items, if the learners show interest in the context as it's useful for them, and if the teacher at the end of the lesson closed the lesson with a focus on goals, or if the objective was achieved in some way. And then for every aspect, I have here observations that the observer should write, either positive or negative, or maybe some comments about how to improve, or maybe some advice that of what he he would do different. And then in number two, we have organization and clarity structure. Well, every class should be organized with a structure that it should be clearly visible. Because it's very common that sometimes teachers don't plan, they just improvise, and that it's sometimes visible for students. So sometimes we rely too much on technology, and sometimes technology can betray us. So then we have, if the sequence of content is followed logically, and that would mean about the curriculum. If the curriculum is followed in an order that is logical, based on grammar and vocabulary and context and everything. Also, if this instructor gives clear explanations with modeling if necessary before any task or activity. If the instructor uses examples with or illustrations to clarify difficult or abstract ideas, or maybe he uses mother language to be more clear, because the thing is that students should know what they are learning, what they have to do, and if the foreign language is not really clear for them, then the teacher should be switching from one language to another. Then what I consider one of the most important aspects is also the teaching strategies. If the teaching instructors, or if the instructor's teaching methods or is appropriate to the goals of the class, or if it's a method really visible, or maybe he uses a combination of different methods, because that would be like depending of the size of the classroom, the ages of the students, because we cannot use one method to all the groups. Also, if the techniques and strategies are clearly visible, or are clear to the students what they have to do, or they can distinguish the purpose of that technique or strategy in order to learn the new content. Does the instructor encourage students' questions or elicits? Because most of the times students can learn through when the teacher asks questions just to clarify, or maybe to reinforce the answer, or just to make sure that they get it. Does the teacher involve the whole class in sharing or planning evaluation? It's also part of the teaching strategies, how it's gonna uh, evaluation take place. So he should consider also students' opinions, so they can feel more relaxed or comfortable, or because every group is different. Even in the group, we have different students with different learning styles, with different abilities. So he should include all the students in the time at the time of planning evaluation. Then the communication between teacher and students. This is crucial because we know that that a teacher who possesses good communication skills is going to be a great teacher, because he knows how to communicate with each student based on his personality and his needs and his interests. And we can see if the teacher uses body language or facial expressions to express communication, or to show empathy or motivate students, or just to let them know that they are on the right track, or that they are doing excellent on the assigned activity. Learners feel free and comfortable as talking to their teachers. Well, the observer has to take this into account when the teacher is talking to them, or he's addressing to the whole group or one student in particular, and how the group or how the teachers react if they are if the communication between them is flexible, with respect and trust, because that is considered one of the basic things in order for the new knowledge to take place, or to have a good rapport. Then we have the classroom management. This relates to what's happening in the classroom and how the group is going to work. It involves the seating arrangements, for example, the traditional setting, which is the rows in rows, or maybe in a circle or semicircle, or maybe a round tables, or maybe they are going to use a pair group, or in trios, or groups of four, or just the whole class. So he has to use different arrangements because that also motivates students and promotes collaboration among the learners. And the teacher has also be moving around the classroom, monitoring and helping learners with everything, with information, with the new knowledge, maybe repeating instructions, or just making sure that the students are working. And then finally, we have the attention to students in the rapport. If he talks with students as they enter or exit the class, if he connects with students during the class, if he helps develop awareness of one another's strengths, contributions, shows real interest in the learner's progress, and if the teacher provides trust and respect to all learners. I think this is crucial to consider, because every student needs attention from the teacher. He needs to feel that it's important, that it's part of the group, and the rapport is gonna it's gonna be like the foundation for the harmony of the group, and everything runs smoothly, and the communication flows effectively. And then, as a consequence, the effective learning is going to take place. Well, that is all. Thank you very much.